First, let's have a look at the definition of a stakeholder. So a stakeholder is anyone involved in a project or being impacted by it. Who are you working with? So that could be that's the obvious ones that your team, your peers, even influence the project, your management. There you are working with. Who will receive the benefits of the project? That's more around the business, external customers, the users. They'll be receiving some of the benefits. Who can interrupt the project? I think this is something that is often forgotten. Yes, the business wants this. Yes, the project team is super motivated. But if someone can come left field and out of the sudden interrupt the project, that is something that needs to be done. I mean, in government, for instance, you could be running on a project very happily, everybody's happy, but there's a budget cut, and that's something that you need to keep an eye on. So they will be part of your project. There will be a stakeholder that we need to maintain the relationship with if we can, or at least be aware of their presence. Who provides the money? That obviously a stakeholder as well. Who will operate the end product? The users or the contractors, the suppliers. So we need to put a stakeholder list together. One way to go about it is to start on a stakeholder matrix where we put all the stakeholders and we categorize them based on their interest and their influence on the project. First of all, we have some stakeholders that don't have much influence and they don't have much interest. So we will monitor all those. So they're more or less that cannot really impact the project, and they don't have a strong interest in the project either. Now, if we move to the right, sorry, we have the stakeholders that have low influence, but they have high interest in it. Top left, we'll have some stakeholders that have very high influence and they have low interest. Yeah, we need to keep them satisfied. But I'll come back to this one because this is my favorite. And then you have the high influence, high interest, and you need to manage those closely. Those are the guys that can have a lot of influence on the project and are very interested in it. This is the guys that more or less you need to keep happy. Another way to manage closely, I would say keep happy. But my favorite group to keep track on, because they are the one lurking, is this group here, the high influence, low interest. It's more or less the stakeholders who sometimes they were against the project, so that's why they have low interest. They could interrupt the project potentially because they do have high influence. So this is the group that I would personally be very aware of. I mean, the one that have high interest, you could argue that as they have high interest, don't worry about getting in touch with them, because they will get in touch with you because they are interested. So this is why for me I think the top left is as, if not more important than this one.